Hi guys! Miss me? Oh my goodness, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. And I want to thank everyone who's been checking and was like, Anne, where have you been? I know. Life just got busy in a good way, nothing bad. I had my kids graduated, one from university, another one from high school. Between all the festivities and summer, it got crazy, but in a good way. But I'm back. And then I think also, as far as selections for Korean dramas, we haven't had much like something like worth our watch. I think the only one I watched that I enjoyed was The Unwritten Soul with the two twin sisters. That was decent. That was good. And then there was the final season, season 3 of Squid Game, and I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I didn't even want to review it. I think they did like a discussion about it, the creator and the actors about the final season. And I didn't like that the creator kept on saying, I'm so tired. I'm really actually finally looking forward to this being done so that I can move on with my life or whatever. And then we watched the final season of Squid Game and I was like, dude, it showed. It showed because what happened to the storyline? I know there's a lot of gore and a lot of, people are dying left, right, and center because that's the game. But I think season 1 and season 2, the reason why it clicked is because you made us love these characters, and then, we know they had to do some crazy things for this money. But season 3 just seemed like it was just death, 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 and more death. And it was just like, after a while, you're so depressed. I had to, I think, leave after a couple episodes and come back to see maybe if it gets better. And then the ending. Oh my God, if you haven't watched, spoiler alert, but I'm not gonna say exactly what happened. I like people to go watch, but I was disappointed with the ending. And even the actor, what's his name? Lee Jong-jae, I believe, was like, even when I read the script, I did not see it ending that way. Me too. I was like, what was that? Like, there's no redemption. The person who goes to see at the end, the person who goes to finally go see his daughter, all that was disturbing. And the rich people, like, what? They just get to walk? So like, that's why I didn't even bother doing a review, because I was like, I have done season 1, season 2, season 3 was not even worth a review. I have to say I was disappointed, and such a strong franchise, I don't know why you don't finish it strong and wrap it up nicely. So anyway, that is why. But anyway, I'm back to review this one. It's called The Winning Try, and I'm loving it. And by the way, next week there's another one dropping that is very good as well. It has a good actor, and I think that's gonna be very good as well. So I'm hoping to come back with that. But this one, I love it so much. We know this actor, Yeon Ki-sang, I think is his name. He was in my favorite show I saw him in. He's done many, but my favorite was Chocolate, I think, was the first show I ever saw him in, and I just have loved him ever since. And he's always played the serious actor. But in this one, I'm loving him so much because he's playing a coach. He's a rugby player who actually was a Korean hero. And then he was accused of doping and his career went down. He's become like the laughing stock of the country, and everywhere he goes, he's just an embarrassment. And he gets recruited to come help a high school rugby team that is just struggling. They're pretty bad. They don't win anything. They're just bad, bad, bad. Even the coach who used to train them has left for another high school because he doesn't want to be associated with losers, if you will. And I am so loving him in this, in the fact that he is goofy and it's like annoying because we have one student here, he's the captain, and he's trying to keep the team together, and then they get this coach, which we find out used to be his idol, and then he's kind of a joke, and he is like, you are a disappointment. I looked up to you and I can't believe now you come here and you're acting like a joke. And I'm like, I bet you there's a story. And obviously they gave us a little bit of a glimpse that the reason why he ended up doping is because he got pushed to the end by his coaches. Nobody watched out for him. And then in the middle of all this, the school that he just came to work for, really, apart from the lady who brought him in, want him gone. The, I don't know, president of physical education and the other coaches want him gone. So let's just say he's not very popular. But the lessons I'm loving, and how, like, when him and the captain got into it, because when he tells him, like, you're such a disgrace, and he says, well, give me a chance, because what I would like to teach you guys as a team, first of all, is to watch out for you, because clearly nobody taught me or even watched out for me. So I know what it means when things go really bad. I can teach you and make sure it doesn't go really bad for you. Okay? And then the other lesson that I loved so much, like episode 2, where it ends and he says, I'm gonna teach you, because now they're coming against this team that always beats them. It's the best of the best, and it's their old coach. And he says to them, let me teach you how to lose well. And they're like, who wants to lose? And it's like, just let me teach you, okay? And then they go and he's, instructing them what to do. And then now he's like, do you want to win? Let me teach you also how to win. And it's like, look, on the scoreboard, they lost the game. But for them just getting on the board, because every single time was a 0-0-0, it was a win for them. He showed them how to lose the right way, because to them, they're celebrating, but they only got 5 points on the board. The other team had like 35. So clearly the other team won. But the fact that they were able to slow down the winning team was a win. The fact that they were able to get a score on the board was a win. I'm loving it so much. Then he's got a girlfriend, and the girl works for this high school that he dated for 10 years before he got caught up in his doping scandal, and then he disappeared. Never spoke to her or anything like that. So she is furious. When she sees him, she's like, I don't even know why you'd be here. Like, for 3 years, ghosted her, never said anything. And she is like, I thought it was funny when she goes, I just wanted to tell you this because I've always wanted to say this in your face, that we are officially broken up. And I'm like, girl, I think that was kind of a given, right? Because if he ghosted you and he's gone, bye, But I cannot wait to hear the story. Like, I'm really looking forward to the unfolding story of how did we get from being a national hero to how he ended up in trouble and the doping. And then I cannot wait to see how he teaches the team, a team that, let's just say, it's struggling and it's not very strong, of how to play the proper way, and how as an athlete you get to survive a long time. Oh, just a fantastic. If you want to watch something that it's lighthearted, but then it's emotional, because the lessons that are going on. I love sports shows because there's always a lesson, and it's always, that applies to real life. And him in this role is hilarious. He's making me die laughing because he is such a goofball, and the team trying to make it, everything that's going around is just fantastic. And I hope it goes in the direction I'm thinking. It's giving me, shows like, I don't know if anybody watched Rudy or Remember the Titans, the teams that you count out, and then you have a coach, and then they grow together, and then they start to become, they learn how to lose, because any good athlete who's ever made it out there also has to know how to lose well. And the more you lose, and then you're learning and you get better, you end up winning. So I cannot, and I'm hoping that obviously that we end at the end of it all, that there's a victory. If it's not a victory of rugby, a victory of humanity and human beings and how to be better. But so loving it. Anybody start watching this? If you have, please let me know in the comments section. Once again, thank you so much for watching my video. See me next week. Please consider to subscribe, give me a like, and I'll see you next week. Deuces.